Hi, I'm Saxon Hart. I'm a student at ICB, and I'm here to tell you about my story about my brain tumor. Well, I've had migraines my whole life, but towards the end of high school, we had them under control pretty well. I was having them maybe a couple of times a month. And after I graduated, my mom and her boyfriend moved down to Nashville for his job, and I moved with them. And my migraines were getting worse and worse, and we thought it was the house. And so my mom sent me back up to Ohio to live with my dad. And as my migraines persisted, I started school and working, and I was doing okay for a little while, but then they just kept getting worse and worse. And it got to the point where I was missing school several times a week, and calling off work and leaving work early and stuff. And I started going to the hospital, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And they just kept giving me IVs and stuff. And one day there was a doctor who had seen me several times that week, and he's like, no, there's something wrong with her. And so he ordered a CAT scan, and they saw a shadow on my brain. They didn't know exactly what it was at the time, and so they sent me to another hospital to have an MRI. And that's when they found out what was wrong with me. I had a tumor that went from the front of my brain to the back. It started in the pituitary gland, and it's called craniopharyngioma. And it's a sort of rare tumor that happens mostly in kids and the elderly. Well, at first I was kind of numb, and I didn't know what to think or do or anything. And as it sat for a little bit, I got kind of scared because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Not really. I knew I wanted to get better. I never really felt like giving up or hopeless. Mostly my friends and family, they were all supporting me. They came and visited me in the hospital before my surgery and everything. And my mom was still in Nashville, and she drove up every week for 2 days. She'd stay mostly at the hospital with me. She'd sleep on the couch and stuff, and then she'd drive back down to Nashville so that way her boyfriend could go to work and stuff still too. And my team of doctors and nurses, they were all very nice and helpful, made sure I was comfortable and everything was okay, and yeah. Maybe a little bit, but nothing I just kept telling myself I was gonna be okay and stuff. Um, just don't give up, because sometimes, usually it does get better, and just be hopeful. Stay tuned for my next episode while I talk about my journey through recovery and everything.